Hello, I'm Mickey Van Horn.
And I'm Becca Romo. Thank you for joining us, runners.
Parking is usually a big talking point at CSU Bakersfield as students, faculty, and staff await the construction of more parking. Most students around the CSU Bakersfield campus are still wondering about the newest parking lot that is being constructed by lots K1 and K2. Vice President of Faculty's Pat Jacobs gave the students something to look forward to.
The parking lot we're working on should be finished about the 15th of March, assuming we have no more bad weather. It originally was intended to be done by about the beginning of this semester.
Guillermo Arredondo, a mathematics major here at CSUB, expressed his thoughts on the lack of parking and how it's made him late to class on more than one occasion.
I believe that we should add a little more parking lots for students to come to CSUB because most of the time it gets packed and people fight over our parking spots. It's really dangerous most of the time.
Jacobs also touched base on faculty parking, but mentioned at this time faculty parking has not been decided and is still being looked at the Academic Senate. However, on the north side of campus, 200 more parking spots will be added.
Is a parking lot that will be built a little bit later this spring. On the north side of campus, we're currently building the Humanities Office Building, which will replace faculty towers. And directly to the north of that building, going out towards the Loop Road and adjacent to the existing parking lot A, we will be building 200 more spaces there.
Students here on campus have been waiting for the adding of more parking, and now they will get what they want.
Community members, CSU Bakersfield students, and faculty came together to protest Congressman Kevin McCarthy, where they met counter-protesters surrounding his property. Protesters came out on Thursday, February 23rd to march from Town and Country Village to Congressman Kevin McCarthy's house to bring awareness for healthcare in the Bakersfield area, as Trump supporters counter-protested in support of McCarthy. CSU Bakersfield alumnus Tony Amarante tells us his reasonings for participating in the vigil and march.
I feel like our country is just gripped by fear-mongering. Things are going on that are just senseless. We live in the greatest country in the history of civilization, but we're gripped in this fear and this paranoia, and people are telling us that the news is fake. There are just too many things that are just too ridiculous.
Both groups protested peacefully as the marchers walked by McCarthy's house. Julie Solis, march participant, tells her concerns about healthcare and why she marches.
We are in a valley fever epidemic, and Kevin McCarthy is not doing his job representing the people, standing up for the people. So I'm out here asking, when do we get a town hall? When does he hear our concerns? We have many concerns. Some people are sick, some people are dying, and he's refusing to respond, to answer, and to talk to us.
We aren't going anywhere. The people want Obamacare.
CSU Bakersfield students face many obligations, but some students also face obligations of being parents. Maddison Champagne has more on the story.
Responsibilities outside of school are causing many higher education students to suffer from stress. When those responsibilities include caring for others that depend on them, the pressure is even greater.
Just knowing that you're here and you are doing this to benefit your life and hers, but knowing that you're not spending as much time as you'd like to, like you're not getting to see her grow on a regular day basis. That's the toughest part.
Michael Hernandez is one of many students on campus who are also parents. Being a student makes it difficult for him to be away from his daughter while he attends his classes.
Now that she's older, I realize that I would rather get an education and spend a few hours away from her to give her a better life.
After taking some time off to take care of her daughter, Guadalupe Duran decided to return to school, although she recognizes that there are stressful times where it's difficult to control her patience.
Sometimes when I'm trying to study and that she does ask questions, I do seem to get a little irritated, but I remind myself that she's little, she doesn't know, and I just try to slightly tell her oh, let's go and do something over here to distract her from asking me so many questions so I could do my work.
To help relieve stress, Angela Hupp, health psychologist and professor at CSUB, recommends that all students, regardless of their responsibilities as parents and students, set time aside for entertainment.
Children are very good at playing. That's their job. So I would encourage student parents to listen to their children more about that. If the child wants to play, to find out little 20 minutes in the day where you could actually break away from whatever you're doing and play, and just really find that inner joy and positivity within you that will carry you through the day.
Guadalupe recommends to those students who are also parents to utilize their time adequately. Michael Hernandez leaves us with a quote from one of his favorite directors, Stanley Kubrick.
No matter how vast the darkness, we must create our own light. And trust me, once your light is created, you'll find your way.
This is Maddison Champagne reporting for the Runner News Network.
The Homecoming Barbecue is a family-friendly event to bring the campus and community together. Brenda Gonzalez has more on the story. Students gathered by the Icardo Center on Saturday, February 25th to enjoy food and games for Homecoming Week. The Homecoming Barbecue was hosted by CSU Bakersfield Campus Programming. The barbecue is a family-friendly event that is held for students, staff, and community members. Emily Poole, Campus Programming Director, tells us the purpose of the barbecue and why it's important for CSU Bakersfield.
Just to bring our campus community and our alumni together, just to have fun and celebrate just the spirit of being a Roadrunner.
Business major Lee Whitson tells us her thoughts of the barbecue.
It's pretty fun. I think that it's super cute. All the kids in the bounce houses, getting to hang out with my team, have some good food, see everybody, see the alumni. I think it's pretty fun.
Academic advisor for Arts and Humanities, Christina Ramirez, tells us the reason for her attendance.
To welcome our alumni back, and we thought it'd be a great opportunity to have all the advisors out here. Our interim dean and our interim associate dean are also here to welcome our students back and just show our school spirit for CSUB.
Campus programming will be hosting Runner Nights on April 28th. For Runner News Network, I'm Brenda Gonzalez.
Students had an opportunity to express themselves through a monthly event, which aims to bring the campus together. Brenda Gonzalez has more on this story.
Students gathered in Rowdy's in the Student Union on Thursday, February 16th, to support their fellow schoolmates at the monthly expression nights held by CSU Bakersfield Campus Programming. It was held in honor of Black History Month, and they showcased multiple artists as people expressed their feelings and enjoyed an ice cream sundae bar. Psychology major Yaritza Castro tells us about her poetry that she read for expression nights.
It goes through different relationships and heartbreaks that I had. It has different chapters and stuff like that, both about males and females.
Leah Molina, president of Black Student Union, tells us the reasoning behind expression nights.
There wasn't enough for students to do artistically. I thought if they were in the art department, they weren't really, coming over here, the art students in particular. And also there's not really an artistic atmosphere when it comes to our campus.
Audience member Yesenia Melendez tells us how expression nights has impacted her.
It's good to express yourself because you give others the courage. I feel like now I have the courage to express myself.
The next expression nights will be held on Thursday, March 16th in the Student Union. For Runner News Network, I'm Brenda Gonzalez. Aside from expression nights, CSUB held various events in the month of February to honor Black History Month.
Here at CSU Bakersfield, festivities were kicked off the first Friday of February with the Unity Breakfast.
What are we doing today? Can you hear me? Welcome to the second annual Unity Breakfast.
Police Chief Lyle Martin was the keynote speaker at the event. Administration, faculty, staff, students, and even community members were in attendance and listened to Martin speak on unifying as one community. Later that evening, the inaugural CSUB Gospel Fest was underway at the Dory Theater. Students and the Bakersfield community all came together to experience the joyful sounds of choirs and soloists.
Negro, African American,
Noir,
Negro, mahogany, ebony, Nubian, black. All of these words have the same meaning.
Young black dancers showcased their talents throughout the event.
We're in downtown Bakersfield for the Black History Month Parade. Marvin Dean, team principal for San Joaquin Valley Construction Management Group, tells us the benefits of what his company does for the community.
We believe the best thing we can do to keep them out of crimes and gangs is putting able-bodied people to work. So we train them, get them ready.
Kenesha Edwards, advocate for African American foster families and children, an employee at the Department of Human Services, tells us her reasons for attending the parade.
And we're out here recruiting, trying to get people on board with our organization as foster parents.
Chairman Henry Lee Wallace V of the Black Panther Party San Diego discusses the reinstatement of the Black Panther Party Bakersfield with its chairman Troy Sanders.
Got to come together and heal yourself. We figured the only way a community can heal itself is to teach their children. You teach one, you reach one. And we can't allow our children to keep being taught by the streets. We have to have them to believe in themselves. And it's all about family and community.
Parade goer Calinthia Cooper talks about her views on this year's Black History Month parade.
Seeing people, old people, friends and family that you haven't seen in years, and just looking at the attractions.
The Black History Month parade was filled with smiles from all ages and different backgrounds coming together to enjoy an eventful parade. Our coverage of Black History Month concludes with the Food for the Soul finale on February 28th. President of the Black Student Union, Leah Milena, recognized those who supported the events throughout the month of February. After awards, students filled their plates with food provided by campus dining, which included mashed potatoes, cornbread, chicken and waffles, sweet potatoes, collard greens, and mac and cheese.
Reporting for Runner News Network, I'm Annie Russell.
Yes. Happy Black History!
Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win!
CSU Bakersfield, champions made here.
What a moment!
Now to sports. CSU Bakersfield Wrestling is headed to the Lou. 4 wrestlers qualified for the NCAA Nationals in St. Louis, Missouri. Redshirt sophomore Sean Nickel took first at the 125-pound at the Pac-12 Championships, earning a spot at the D1 Championships. Joining him in St. Louis will be redshirt junior Coleman Hammond, freshman Lorenzo De La Riva, and redshirt junior Matt Williams. The championships are set to start March 16th. A crowning night for CSUB Hoops as the Runners made history by beating Chicago State on homecoming night. CSUB men's basketball team looked to continue their 9-game winning streak as Chicago State came to Ricardo Center on Saturday, February 25th. Cal State controlled the game from start to finish, starting the game on a 9-0 run. The Cougars of Chicago State didn't make their first bucket until 16:39 of the first half. The Runners continued, never letting up, ending the first half on a 17-3 run and led 35-13. CSUB maintained the pressure and extended their lead to 30 early in the second half, leading Chicago State 49-14 with 14:33 left in the game. Damian Durham compelled the Runners with 18 points, and Dedrick Basil had 16 as CSUB beat Chicago State 69-49. The Runners improved to 12-1 in conference and won their first WAC regular season championship since the 1997-98 season.
We felt like if we do what we're supposed to do, we will be champions, which we are. But also, that hasn't been the ultimate goal. We've been talking about that all along. We got to get back to the NCAA tournament. And in that, I told them things are going to happen. We're going to have some first, but this is not the one that's the ultimate deal.
State Bakersfield will host Grand Canyon Saturday, March 4th at 7:30 p.m. And also look out on the website, therunneronline.com, for an online exclusive one-on-one interview with CSUB's redshirt senior forward Jalen Arrington.
Are you interested in learning about newspaper production? What about multimedia production? Are you interested in obtaining hands-on experience in media marketing, sales, and promotions? The runner has a place for you. Here are some testimonials from runner staff members.
One of the biggest things is just learning to appreciate other people just for who they are, and it's great because that's what we all do here.
Inform readers, students, the campus community of what's going on.
Last year it was Alicia Cara, and this year it's rapper Wale. That's right, CSUB confirms that DC's own Wale will be performing on campus for the upcoming Runner Nights. The concert is scheduled for April 28th.
Thanks for joining us, runners. For Runner News Network, I'm Mickey Van Horn.
And I'm Becca Romo. See you next time, runners.